Hey, Chris Matthew here. Took some time off for the holidays and couldn't resist the urge to hack on computes.io supercomputer. Came up with a really cool API for it as a NPM module. It's private just because I'm still scratching my head on it and may lend it out as private beta goes. But it has a really simple API but very, very powerful indeed. You can just simply require Chris Matthew computes, and then you get access to several APIs, connecting to computes.io, disconnecting, actually computing operations, executing commands, or canceling commands. This is kind of what it looks like. You make the call to connect. You wait for an on-ready, you send it compute jobs, operations and data, and then you get an on result that fires every time a core returns a compute response. And then I'm just saying, well, if I sent 3, I'm going to wait for 3, and then I'm going to disconnect from the supercomputer. So let me show you how this works in action. So here's a that same file. I'm going to send it JavaScript kind of minimized in the operation. And then if you notice here, I'm kind of looping through data equals 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, and 2. And then I'm going to pass that data into this as well. And then there's my results. So let me show you how this works. If we call, let's see, NPM operation, you'll see it connects. And there it goes. So it distributed 3 units of work out to 3 cores. I mean, they can be anywhere in the world. I currently have looks like 29 cores listening right now. It includes my Beowulf Raspberry Pi 2 supercomputer. But you can see it returns the compute job name and the results of each compute core, and then disconnects as planned. Another really cool idea was, instead of sending it this minimized JavaScript, why don't we give it the ability to send it a URL as the JavaScript file operation. So this URL is basically a gist that's just going to return the data that it sees. So if we call it now, oh, it would help if I'd save that. Save it. Okay. So now we're going to process something different. There we go. As expected, results 0, 1, and 2. That was interesting order. Normally it's a bit more random than that. 0, 2, 1. So you can see it's still distributing out 3 different to 3 different cores, but we're sending it this URL to bring in instead. This is pretty cool too. This command, we do have the ability to execute native code on processors if it's allowed. So this job.execute, as you know, say is a Mac command line command that says hello. So if you come here and you just say hello, you get that. If I run this, the chances are, with 29 cores, I have 8 cores running on the Mac, so it's 8 of 29 possibly would be able to execute that successfully. So let's see what that does. If I come here, back to here, and I say NPM it connected.
Hello.
So it looks like well, all 3 landed on my Mac. If we do it again, we may not get any. So that was kind of cool. You can execute commands through computes.io and even specify what jobs to get. So if you want to say, I'm only listening to John the Ripper type password cracking, then my CPU knows how to run those native jobs. So making interesting progress. This is very fun indeed, and stay tuned for more supercomputer challenges.